Hi, I'm Ashura, and welcome to my story playthrough of the Legion questline, where we get our hands on Xal'atath, the Blade of the Black Empire. Today, I'm going to be taking you through the quests where I'm pretty sure we meet Xal'atath for the first time ever. As per usual, I will be going through narrating every single quest and talking a little bit about the lore as we go through it, though Xal'atath is quite a mysterious and enigmatic figure even today. So, let's get right to it.
How may I help you?
An ancient dagger of the old gods has resurfaced in a bid to restore the Twilight's hammer to power. They are performing an unholy ritual nearby that must be stopped. The Blade of the Black Empire is a powerful void-attuned sacrificial dagger that has been used in horrific rites to the old gods since time immemorial. It enhances its owners with powerful shadow energy.
Until next time.
I've heard this blade dates back to antiquity, even before the Titans. An excellent choice, unless you are reconsidering?
Let us get to work.
A wise choice. My brethren and I stand ready to assist you on your next move.
Until next time.
I've been working with Moira Thorasan to infiltrate the Twilight's Hammer cult. We've learned of an ancient and powerful old god relic, a blade used at various points in history to wreak havoc. Moira's double agent informs us a new leader is rising, and plans to cement his ascension using this weapon in an unholy ritual. You must find him, stop the ritual, and seize the artifact. We will meet in Dalaran afterwards.
The blade was taken somewhere in northwestern Tirisfal. I've marked a location on your map where you can begin your search.
The Twilight's Hammer has set up a temporary camp up here. Investigate the camp for clues. So, the Twilight's Hammer is an organization we've had to deal with basically since the start of WoW. It originated on Draenor with Cho'Gall and the Pale Orcs, and was born of a prophecy relating to the Hour of Twilight. They worship the old gods and seek to bring an end to the world, and they've popped up numerous times. I would say the biggest time of which was during Cataclysm, but I mean, we've seen them in Vanilla with Black Fathom Deeps, in Xal'atath, and what's interesting, and I think the reason why Moira is here, not just because she's a priest, but because she was married to Dagran Thorasan, the ruler of the Dark Iron Dwarves, and the biggest group, if I'm correct, of Twilight's Hammer cultists were with Dagran Thorasan in Blackrock Mountain. So, it seems they have popped up yet again. Praise be to the new leader. Once the hand to the Twilight Father, the Shadow Deacon has decided now is the time to regain our past glory. While the Twilight Father left to serve Deathwing, the Shadow Deacon maintained his role as a bishop in Stormwind. He continued infiltration and recruitment efforts there for some time, until the fall of Deathwing and the Twilight Father. He then ordered what was left of our organization to go quiet, and allow our foes their temporary victory. But then he found it. Or perhaps it found him. The Black Blade. Slaghammer's notes. Xal'atath, the Blade of the Black Empire. The Shadow Deacon was a cautious and calculating master, preferring the secrecy of the shadows to direct action. Ever since he found the blade, his entire demeanor has changed. Arrogant, commanding, audacious. He now favors a bold plan to restore power to the Twilight's Hammer. The blade is called Xal'atath. It has come from an age before most of our races existed. We only have the scrawlings of previous holders to go from. While it is mostly ravings of those that lacked the will to wield the blade, many of them say the same things. They speak of the Black Empire, of a time when our true masters ruled all of Azeroth. Massive sacrifices, living buildings filled with void energies. Sometimes we can hear the Shadow Deacon speaking to someone in his tent. He has mentioned the glory of the Black Empire as well. Slaghammer's notes, tears fall. We have finished setting up a small base as per the Deacon's orders. He is driven, so sure this is the proper path for the Twilight's hammer. We will be visible to our enemies, but he believes it is worth the risk. There's some sort of broken seal leading to a complex beneath the lake. The lake itself looks like it suffered a titanic explosion thousands of years ago. Somehow the Shadow Deacon knew of this location, and knows that a Cathraxi died here. His plan is bold. He will use the Black Blade to resurrect this ancient being and restore the Twilight's hammer to its pinnacle. Tomorrow I go in to command the forces holding the upper area. He has already dampened the wards and is preparing to enter the lower area. The cultists...
We have an intruder.
The cultists have breached the tomb of an...
Excellent. I was expecting him, but I don't think you were.
The cultists have breached the tomb of an ancient Titan
You
keeper.
traitor!
Slay the guards and open the way into the complex.
Moira said he'd be coming. I'm Slaghammer, paying my family's debt by hanging out with these buggers. Let me take down this barrier. The Shadow Deacon's already below, starting his ritual. To get there, we'll need to do a bit of work. If you have any questions, let me know. But we best hurry.
We dinna have much time, but you deserve some answers. What you want to know about? The Shadow Deacon? The Blade? What the hell is going on? This was sort of sudden. Where are we? What's going on? Can you believe they found the tomb of Tyr himself? He died here long ago, fighting some monstrous general of the old gods. His comrades buried him here, in the corpse of that beast further in. This tomb was also meant to guard the prison tomb of that monster, but the Twilight's hammer put a stop to that. The Shadow Deacon used the blade of his to get in and his minions to keep the wards down while he went below. The Shadow Deacon? Who is this new leader? The hammer has been in disarray since their Twilight father and Deathwing took a dive. I'm guessing that when the Legion attacked, one of the leaders that was left took to the idea of taking over while everyone else was distracted. He dredged up an ancient artifact to the old gods and is planning on using it on that dead monstrosity down there to cement his takeover of the cult. I didn't get a good look at the Deacon, but he seems really familiar. You mentioned a magical blade. Can you tell me more? That blade. I knew Moira would want to know. I think that dagger has been behind some of the worst nightmares Azeroth has seen, if I remember me stories. Looks similar to stories told about the War of Three Hammers and Grim Batal. You'll learn this later in, the Word of the Conclave, which is the priest artifact book that goes into more detailed lore about Xal'atath. But this is so relevant to War Within stuff. And I've talked about this in my Dorn videos, where Modgood, who is the Queen of the Dark Irons at the time of the War of the Three Hammers, had Xal'atath. She had the Xal'atath blade. It oozes shadow and seems to cut the very light. I think it might have a mind of its own too. Seems the Shadow Deacon is sometimes talking and arguing, but to nobody at all. We'd best stop this ritual and pry that blade loose to the cult.
These buggers are suppressing Tyr's wards, so the Deacon can do his work below. We need to take them down. Start by dispelling the wards on the ritualists. A trap! Destroy that creature before it kills us! There we go. The path to the prison should be open. Well, if it ain't me old friend. we'd be doing the world a favor ridding it to this baddie.
Borgoth, the Master Reaver. This creature is magical.
Deacon's mind games. We could master spell him, or just fight through, but it wouldn't get too close.
Yes, the blade is right. I am unstoppable. Once Sakaj lives again, I will hold dominion over this world. Our old leaders chose to work with pawns. I choose the real power!
This is nae good. I can hear more coming from above. I'll handle him. Ye take care of the deacon.
Probably worth noting that this guy,
Defend me, Blade! You said this would work!
Farthing, was a bishop of the previous archbishop who we had learned in Cataclysm was like the Twilight father of the Twilight cult. There were like quests, I'm pretty sure it was in, might have been Cata pre-patch stuff or really early, where you basically sort of root out the cult and figure out his true identity.
You think to stop me? With this weapon, I can do anything. Anything! This shouldn't be happening! Why aren't you protecting me?
Weak and pitiful. The Twilight Father did not dare wield me, for he knew the price of failure.
Give me another chance! No! No!
You, on the other hand, yes, I foresee us doing great things together. Take hold of my haft and I will aid you. For now. Yes, we are eager to feast on the fallen Titan's minions. But first, Sakaj. The cultists may try to stir him again, or he could awaken on his own. We must consume his essence to ensure he is gone forever. You know this must be done.
You did it! The cultists have run off! Ye should get back to Foul. I'll use this Twilight portal stone for ye.
Look! Our hero has returned.
This champion shows talent.
Well done, indeed.
He had demonstrated no small amount of skill in these sort of tasks. That's good, for we'll require even more of you if we are to survive this conflict.
With that, we are in agreement. Now, speak with Velen. He has an interesting matter to discuss with you.
That's technically the Xal'atath acquisition quest. It's really short, but there's a lot more about her in the Word of the Conclave. I also want to read the description on Xal'atath proper. Xal'atath has a mind of its own. Ignore its maddening whispers. Do not trust the lies it spins. Take from it what you need, but always remember that the dark presence in the blade is not your ally. The moment I touched the blade, a name was spoken in my mind. Xal'atath. I knew then that I could not destroy the dagger. Not yet. How can one defeat a power she does not understand? What comes after this, I think, is the Priest Order Hall intro, where you get to the sort of Naru Sanctum. I totally don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But that's it for the Xal'atath acquisition quest. It's very short and very sweet, but there's a lot more lore on her to come in the Word of the Conclave, and some further quests, I believe, that deal with one of her most recent wielders, Natalie Celine. But I'll cover that in other stuff. So for now, thank you for joining me for us meeting Xal'atath for the very first time. I hope to get to the rest of her content up through BFA stuff in what's to come. So I hope to see you then. Can't seem to get away from doing videos where I have to read for a dwarf. Ugh! God. Get off. Okay, what do I say next? A spell? Or murder? Oh god, also known as the Twilight's Hammer Clan, Hammer Clan, Twilight's Hammer Cult, Twilight Cult, Cult of Twilight's Hammer, or simply, the Hammer! It's giving Scarlet Crusade. Technically, the Xal'atath... Xal'atath? I think that works. There's so many... Why do they die so fast? Underwater massage. I don't have all the little. I'm so cringe.